स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिता पुराणम् मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं
भगवती
अष्टादशाध्यायिनी अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दतामि
भगवद्गीते
भगवद्गीते
भवद्वेषिणी.
भवद्वेषिणी. Verse 8, sorry.
Verse 8,
इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधि दुःख दोषानुदर्शनम्.
This is what Swamiji was reading, verse 7, 8, 9 and 10. Swamiji was saying that he learned this at very young age and he started saying this, every day. And Swamiji gave the message that these 4 verses are the verses which is absolute knowledge. The other parts of knowledge that we so-called call knowledge is actually not knowledge. This 4 parts is what is actual knowledge, is what Swamiji says. That's what I understood from what Swamiji mentioned.
Actually, there was now what is going on in the essence of Bhagavad Gita. These talks are going on, no? The video. Before that, there was one talk series called One Verse. That talk series is called One Verse. Actually, it is not one verse. These are all these 4 verses, 7, 8, 9, 10. Amanitvam onwards. But Swamiji used to say it is one verse because the entire tathparyam of the 4 verses is only one thing. Etat jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yatatu anyata. This only can be called knowledge because this only can make your life complete. Every other jnanam, if it is suppose in a square, there are 3 quarters. In a circle, there are 3 quarters. 3 quarters will not, the circle will not be complete without the 4th quarter. Okay, but the 4th quarter makes the full quarter. And Swami will say that this knowledge is like that, the 4th quarter in your life. Only the other 3/4 will become complete. So that much of importance is to give to this particular 4 verses. As some people will get to that. Etat jnanam, he will himself explain why he says etat jnanam. Yeah.
Indriyartheshu, towards the sense objects. Vairagyam, dispassion. Anahankaraha eva cha, and indeed absence of pride. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanur doshanudarshanam.
Dukkha dosha anudarshanam. Anudarshanam means very closely watching, very close observation. It's called anudarshanam.
Seeing clearly the defects of pain in birth, death, old age and disease. Dispassion towards sense objects, absence of pride, and seeing clearly the defects of pain in birth, death, old age and disease.
Swamiji, from 7 to 10 you said 4 verses?
Yeah. Amanitvam onwards.
Oh, okay.
Values.
Indriyartheshu vairagyam, dispassion towards the sense objects. Through analysis of what is important in life, you gain an understanding that leads to maturity in behavior and a natural dispassion towards sense pursuits. Following Sanmarga is possible only when there is this dispassion, vairagya, the condition in which longing has gone away. You may have a desire, but there is no longing based on the belief that something is going to make you happy or more secure. The person from whom that longing is gone is a viraga.
It's a viraga.
Viraga. And the state of mind is called vairagya. If you have understood properly that no object is going to solve the problem, you may still have a desire for an object but not a longing.
Basically, I think we have told before also, this vairagyam is, what we have discussed is seeing the dispassion. Generally in English it's called dispassion. Seeing the absence of connection between what I seek and what Bhoga gives. Okay, that is, actually it is Viveka. The sense, if you have a discrimination between what I am doing in my life and what I want, you must see the absence of connection. Because all our sense pursuits, all our genuine pursuits are all leading one, leading to another, one and leading to another, one and leading to another, like that. But what you are seeking in life is a sense of happiness and a sense of completeness, and all the time, everlasting it should be, and it should be you should never feel fear. These are all the things which you want in life. But if you look at what you pursue, you will see that none of them will give you this particular sense of satisfaction, like I must be happy all the time in all situations, I will not have any fear, I must be a fulfilled person. This sort of a thinking, which is what is holistic, which is what driving a human being, and what we pursue to do one thing or the other, is there is no connection. You must see the absence of connection. Then only it is you will develop vairagya. So seeing the absence of connection is viveka. So the vairagya that is being talked about here is viveka based vairagya. The sense, discrimination based dispassion is called vairagyam here in this context. So that is how we have to look at it. Yeah.
Actually, in the beginning, Swamiji, because I am now reading from 13th chapter, the beginning we talked about this Viveka and Vairagya, like Pandavas and Kauravas, no?
Yeah.
Because they have that proper Viveka Jnana.
Viveka. Viveka is, this is something our birthright. Human being alone has got Viveka. Every other Jantu, they are programmed, including Devatas. They can do only some things. And they are not, they are Bhoga Sarira. Basically, they don't have the Kartrutva Bhava. They cannot learn anything. They can only execute. Because they are all already Devas. They are there to exhaust their punyas. The sense, in the model, exactly what is happening, we don't know. What I am telling is, the model that the Vedas talk about, Devas are only Bhoga Sarira. In the sense, they only exhaust punya. They are punya loka. They are in punya loka. They can't do any kartrutva. They don't have any kartrutva. So they are only bhoktrutva. And animals also, they have only bhoktrutva. They don't have kartrutva. They are all programmed. So who is not programmed is you and me, the human being. And why? Because that is because of that total freedom, non-programmed. You are equivalent to Ishvara. That is why anytime, any action you can do with. So freedom is there. At the same time, a sense of responsibility is there. You have to apply your viveka at every stage in your life. So all these responsibilities come along with the freedom and the power to be a karta as well as the bhokta. So that is why all our, the sense, whatever values we are talking about, is all viveka based. Discrimination at every point in life, you will have whether I do this or whether I don't do this. Whether I do this or whether I don't do this. The choice is always there. And Swamiji used to say, as the viveka increases, your clarity and understanding improves, there will be every situation you know what exactly you have to do. There won't be any choice. The choiceless living is intelligent living. Because at every situation you will know exactly what I should do. You will not have a wavering mind whether I should do this, whether I do that, and all that. Whereas today, Swamiji used to say, as soon as you get up, whether to have coffee with sugar, with milk, without milk, right from there your confusion starts. Whether to wear this or this, open the cupboard, and after bath, you take 5 minutes for bath, you take 10 minutes to open the cupboard and decide what you want to wear. So all our discrimination is lost in mundane things. So we don't have the energy and the mind space to discriminate where it counts. They're all Swamiji used to be very eloquent about these things. So suppose we avoid all those things. In mundane things, don't unnecessarily spend time. Then slowly your choice situations will come down. You will have to apply your choice in very limited areas. That time you will be intelligent enough and patient enough, you will have the mind space to apply your discrimination properly. But if your discriminative faculty is lost in mundane things, when the important things come, what out to do in the evening lesson? You will lose. So we should, that means what? We should reduce all those unnecessary mundane things where we apply our choice, our dress, eating, going here, going there and all that. Concentrate on very few areas, select areas where discrimination counts. Then we will be able to apply our discrimination properly. Yeah.
Some people are committed to money as though it is going to solve their problems. Others have money but are ready to spend it in order to have power, thinking that it will solve everything. All this is Shobhanadhyasa,
Shobhanadhyasa, yeah.
a superimposition of a value upon a thing which it ultimately does not have. Unfortunately, does not have. Money is useful, but if you think it is going to solve the problem of inadequacy, unhappiness, restlessness, and so on, you are going to be disappointed. It is not the money that disappoints, but an expectation projected upon it that it cannot fulfill. We respect money because it is Lakshmi, but it has its limitations. If we pursue it as though it is going to solve a problem, it is due to a value that is purely subjective. In this world, there is nothing that can disappoint you except your own projections. Suppose, looking at the sky, you conclude that it is going to snow and plan a ski trip. When it does not snow, it is not the weather that has disappointed you, but your own projections. The weather did not oblige your projection. If your projections happen to be well based, there is less likelihood of a disappointment. If they are ill founded, there will be repeated disappointments. Longing is generally due to projecting a value that it does not have upon something. As you remove the projections, there is increasing vairagya. It is important to understand that vairagya is not aversion to an object. That only shows that you do not have a value for it. Vairagya means understanding things as they are, for which inquiry is necessary. Nor is vairagya the state of mind that often arises when someone dies. Glimpsing the transitoriness of life, the distaste for meaningless pursuits that follows is most often not real vairagya.
This generally what they call in Tamil, Smashana Vairagya. And later Prasava Vairagya. Both are things are quoted. So you will have all the Vairagyam in these two areas. We go to a funeral and all that, what life is so uncertain, why are we? But that will be there only till the time for maybe 5 days or so. Thereafter again you will go back to your expectations in life. That's what he's trying to say. Yeah.
Swamiji, but one question, Swamiji. See, in context of this subject that we just read now, let me explain something. So, what happens, Swamiji? You told morning once you get up, you will decide whether to bathe or whether to. So, I'll tell you a life situation. So, what happens, Swamiji? I have Teams chat in my office. So, whenever I'm not in seat, it will show that I'm not in seat. Whenever I'm in seat, it will show that I'm working. If I've gone out, it will show I've gone out. It will show to the manager basically. So, what happens is morning when I get up, Swamiji, I have to look through all the chats in the morning to see which file, what all has been sent, anything unknown to me, everything known to me. If everything known to me, then the Vairagyam will come. Okay, let us bathe, let us do puja, then let us start in 1 hour, that way. Suppose when I look through the files in the morning, there is some unknown file. So many times managers have a habit of giving unknown files and making us suffer. So they will give all those unknown files, I will not know. That means I have to get into a call with them in the morning. But they will log off at 11 p.m. US time. So when I get up, it will be 10:30 morning, 10:30 a.m. India time. So I only have half an hour. So Karagadan, Paltechut, Kulchut, that day I will bathe only at 12 o'clock because I have to get to know that file and do what to do. Now, the example that you are telling now saying that Vairagya is not, it's very limited, it is only for that day. Sometimes, Swamiji, it is choiceless. we have no choice to decide to follow our vairagya. காத்தால எழுந்தோடனே பூஜை பண்ணிட்டு தான் வேலையில உட்காரணும் அப்படின்னு நம்மளால முடியலையே சுவாமிஜி.
No. I think you got it wrong. What I am trying to say, vairagya is not precisely what you are telling. That is what it is. It says vairagya is not what you call you following your pursuing your expectation or aversion to anything. Aversion to seeing the chat, if it is part of your commitment to the organization, if that is the way things are set up today, then aversion to that is not called vairagya. Or trying to choose to do something is also not vairagya. What vairagya is to be dispassionate, meaning using your viveka to be dispassionate. Why? How will you develop dispassion? Dispassion is seeing the absence of connection between what I expect from my life and what I do. If what I do is not in sync with what I expect in life, naturally there is no the sense you will not have the vairagya. You will have the vairagya only when what I expect from my life and what I do, if they are in sync, automatically we have vairagya. That's what he says. So now you have to sync these two. The sense, what I want in life overall and what I do, whether it is in sync. If you, at every point in time, if that is synchronizing, then you will have vairagya. If they are not synchronizing, you will not have vairagya. That is one way of looking at vairagya. And the basis of that is what you want in life. That what you want in life decided by viveka. What you want in life is, we think that I want to do well in the job, or I want to get some more money, or I want to get some more house, or some more car. We think that is what is our pursuit. But in each of these pursuit, if we know very well, getting a car or getting a house or getting a new job or getting promotion and all that is not going to be the be all and end all. It is not going to make me happy. If I am looking for happiness in that, you are going to be disappointed. No, how can it be? Every one of us is working like that. Fine, work for it, no doubt. Everyone has to work for promotion, getting a new thing and all that. But don't tie up happiness. That's what he is trying to say here. Bringing money has got a value. Money is Lakshmi, we also value. But money can only buy, it cannot make you happy. If you look at money as something to bring you happiness, you will be in for disappointment. In the same way, the chat is, seeing the chat as morning chore is part of your commitment to the organization. All of you have started working like that because it's all, there's no work-life balance and all that. It's all everyone, the office has come into the home. There's nothing called bifurcation between inside and outside. Swamiji always used to say, if you put a sadhu in jail, you will be happy. For you, putting him under four walls is you are restricting his freedom. No, his freedom lies here. So it's all a perception. It's all a question of viveka. That the same way, if you have taken your commitment as seeing the chat as part of your thing, you do it. It is not mundane. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not mundane. It's part of your commitment. So you have to do it with smiling. And quickly run over it and then go. Still, if you have time to do the puja and all that, organize yourself, time management, etc., etc. So, the principle behind this vairagyam is not the prasava vairagyam or smasana vairagyam or just having an aversion to doing things. That is generally the common parlance vairagyam. We are not talking about the Vedanta vairagyam is based on viveka, intelligent living. So, you have to look at it holistically, you have to look at it. Whether I am wasting my time on using my discrimination on unnecessary things or important things. So, like what they say, no, that your chart of important and urgent. That what is that? What is that called? Management. There is something on chart is there. No, important and urgent. You have to very important and very urgent. You have to attack first. Important but not urgent. You can wait. Urgent but important. You have to add immediately. And what is not important, what is not urgent will become the fourth priority. So, like that you have to prioritize. So, that is all. It's all part of the, even though they are mundane, if it is part of your commitment, you have to do it. But given the choice, you should reduce your discrimination, using unnecessarily your discrimination in mundane things, and use it for only important things. Then you will be able to be focused on important things in your life where you will apply your discrimination and act accordingly. So dispassion is discrimination based dispassion, and discrimination comes from what you value in life. What is your, and that discrimination is what he talks about, saying that you must see the absence of connection between what you want in life and what you are actually doing. You can't, which I told also before also, you have lost the necklace inside the house and come and search in the street because light is available there. So you may be intelligent enough, but still it doesn't help because you already lost it inside, but you are looking for it outside. So all those things are very important. That is why again alert living. Yeah. So remember, Vairagya is Viveka based Vairagya. Viveka is not mentioned here, but it is underlying. Yeah.
Can I understand? Can I understand this? Can I understand this as like this? I have to look for happiness in not what shall I say, outside my thinking. That is, I cannot look for happiness in living in a big house or a big car or eating something great, something which is very expensive and all that. If I am looking for happiness within, that is Vairagya.
Yeah, exactly. Happiness within is the understanding of life. The understanding of life is the Shastra is proposing. Happiness is your birthright. In the sense, why? Because those, in the sense, happiness is what? Ananda is nothing but Ananta. Ananda, which I have told before also. Ananda is nothing but Ananta. Ananta is limitlessness. Ananta eva Ananda. And why? Because that limitlessness, that you are the being within. You are the being within, which does not have a dimension of time, space, or causality. That has to be understood. That's the tathparyam of the whole teaching. So, even though you may not really get it as of now, but there is every chance of your getting it as long as you are antarmukhi bhava. You are trying to be alert. You are using your discrimination for being what you are, rather than looking for fulfillment by fulfilling this, looking for outside things. So the more and more you look within, the more and more you are able to be at home with yourself. There is every chance of making it, because that is the reality. So as you rightly said, you have to look for happiness within, not without. And without, anyway, you cannot avoid, because transactional life is part of our life. But you do it as part of your duty. Then this is what is appropriate to the given situation. Dharma. In the sense, I am in a situation where I have to do certain things. Go out and do, my birthday morning, go out and do this. That you do it as part of the duty. In the sense, to be done karma. Not looking for fulfillment of my expectation and happiness and all that. If you do it that way, you will get colored. Your ego will interfere. Your abhilasha, your likes and dislikes will interfere. There is a very chance you won't do it properly. If your likes and dislikes are going to interfere with your work outside. So, two ways it will benefit. One is, you are not looking for something within as if something is outside available. No. So, Viveka is correct. Second thing is, since you are rightly placed mentally to do things outside, you will do things properly. So, outside work also will be proper. You are looking for happiness within also will be proper. So, both ways it helps. That ultimately the happiness is within only. In ourselves, we are happy per se. We have lost it in so many things. As we grow up, now we have to get it back by dropping those notions. That's what. And once you drop those notions, automatically that you are a happy person will be fructifying. It is natural, because that is your natural state of mind. That's why you are looking for it. You are naturally a happy person. You have lost it, you want to gain it. How you gain it? By dropping things from which you are looking for happiness. That is outside. But outside world anyway has to be dealt with. You cannot, you are in a situation where you have to be doing things. But do it. Not looking for happiness there, but do it as part of your duty, as part of the dharma matrix. Do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. Do what is to be done in a given situation. Do what is appropriate to the given situation. All those things. So, you will be doing, at the same time, that is what that. Karmanyeva adhikarahate. Ma paleshu kadachana. Expectation is not outside. But karmanyeva, you have to be doing, because your body is meant to do things. Ma karma pala hetu bhuhu. Don't have any insistence of pala, result all the time when you do karma. At the same time, don't try to avoid karma. Mate sankostu akarmani. The Karma Yoga Sutra. We have discussed this in the second chapter. Same thing. So, your approach is correct. You have to look for happiness within. That is how it is. Generally, it's
Swamiji, all these chapters we've seen about attachment, detachment, how to be happy, how not to be happy. Will we see in future about how to accept things?
That is what we are already seeing. We are already seeing.
Will we see about how to accept things? For example, I don't like something. We say we have to. What do you say?
No, the problem is, why do we say I don't like something? Because you are adding a subjective value to what is. The like, the ishtam, anishtam itself is a subjective projection. There is nothing called like and dislike. The object, a tree or a fruit, does not present itself as something likable or dislikable. You attach a value to it. I like this fruit, I don't like that fruit. I like this color, I don't like that color. It's all subjectivism. I tell you once, you must know the secret is anything and everything where you have got opposite views, it is mithya. It is subjective. So once you find in a particular situation, I like it, I don't like it, immediately fall back. Take that thought out. Look at it. Objectively, what it is first. Don't add any subjective value to it. In the objective situation, what is to be done? You do it. Okay, initially you may have, because of your habit, you may have some liking and disliking, but keep it aside. That is where discrimination comes. Then you will find, once you apply this sort of a discrimination, over a period of time, you will start liking what you are supposed to do, and you will start disliking what you are not supposed to do. That is called success in life. There is one book called Successful Living by Swamiji, one of the public talks. There the central theme is, one person is successful when he likes what he is supposed to do in life, and he dislikes what he is not supposed to do in life. That is called a successful person. That means what? At any point in time, you will be totally in accordance with Dharma. And Dharma is Ishvara. That means your life will be totally in accordance with Ishvara. That is called objectivity. So that is how you have to do. Yeah.
Swamiji, now you are giving this example. So from what Prashant says, the Dharma, when you say according to Dharma, his feeling is he is not able to devote much time to puja and other things, but he has to keep working.
No, Dharma is not. See, that's why I am telling. Dharma is not puja and rituals and all. Dharma is what is appropriate to the given situation.
So that means his work
is a holistic explanation of Dharma.
So work is worship. He can do his work and be happy about that he has finished the work well and dedicated to God. Am I correct?
Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Prasada Buddhi, and that itself is that is what it know. Swakarmana tam abhyarchya. The Swakarmana tam abhyarchya meaning that what you do as your duty, wherever you are, whatever you are, and whatever walk of life, is called Archana to Bhagavan.
Okay.
It is not only puja and rituals.
Yes, I understand now.
Whether it is an office or outside, everywhere, if you do what is appropriate to the given situation, that is called Archana. Bhagavan himself says, Yata pravrti bhutanam yena sarvam itattadam swakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manava. The person who does his swakarma as Archana to me, he is a Siddha Purusha. Straight away he says, siddhim vindati manava. He is only one step away from the Atma Jnana. Once a person lives his life like that, he will have the mental infrastructure ready to accept that you are the Desakala Vastu Aparichinna being, awareness being. When the Shastra or the Guru comes and tells that you are Purnam here and now, you will be able to accept it without any resistance because he already has the mental infrastructure because of his life of Swakarmana Tamma Abhyarchya.
Okay.
How he gets that Swakarmana Tamma Abhyarchya? The first line. Yatah pravritti bhutanam yena sarvam itam tatam. All that is here is only Ishvara. Yenam sarvam itam tatam. Yatah pravritti bhutanam. So whatever I do is in the service of the God only. There is nothing else. Inside, outside, Laukikam, Vaidikam, personal, professional, everything is only Ishvara.
So it is only the bhavam that counts, our attitude.
Yeah, it's only the bhavana. Actually, bhavam only is very important. Bhavati iti bhavam. What is real, what is there only is bhavam. You must have bhavam. Not is what all our projections are what is not there. That is why there is no bhavana.
Some days, Swamiji, while saying Rudram, some days, like Nama Vyadinibhyo, that part, and Bhavayaja Rudrayacha, by saying Rudram consciously, it will take as if it's taking 20 minutes to say the same thing. But sometimes, within 10 minutes, we will be in Drapya and Dasasway. We would have forgotten that did we say Nama Vyadinibhyo, did we say Bhavayacha like that?
Because of mechanicalness, mind might have gone elsewhere.
Yeah.
But still you would have completed the stotra. That can happen.
Similarly, while doing work, we don't know the work to do. So when we do it, we'll have to repeat it again and again, 4-5 days.
There is alertness, being in the present. That is why it's very important, being in the present, not worried about the past or about the future. And the mind itself, mind has got this habit of going through the past and going through the future and all that. Allowing it to be in the present. The being in the presence is being with Ishvara, because the presence alone is reality. The past is history, future is mystery. And they don't really need anything in life. I'm telling you honestly, the past and future is a jumla. Jumla meaning it's all the constructs of the mind. Presence is the only reality. So as long as you are in the presence, whatever be the importance, etc., as long as you are in the presence, you are one with Ishvara. I'm telling you, this is one more indicator.
Okay. What I am asking is, repeatedly one file, we are working for 17 days, and finally the 20th day we finish that file. Now, every day can I say, this is Archana to God, and then think like that and do it, thinking that I'm working on the same thing?
No. Tell me again.
There was one file, say a PPT, I'm working on it. So 17 days, every day I submit to manager says this is not okay. Another day I submit, this is not okay, this is not okay, this is not okay, this is not okay. 17 days, by the time you do, you'll be fed up. Okay, 17th time I'm giving, at least now will it get approved. So we have 17 managers, 14 managers we are giving. Or each of them gives their own version. Especially, sorry to say, elderly people will have a lot of ideas that they did not implement in life. They will ask us to implement in our life. Like that, they will give some ideas. So that time when we do all that, can we take each and every attempt on the same file again and again as, okay, we are giving Archana to God. It's a godly ஈஸ்வராக்கு சமர்ப்பணம் பண்ணிட்டு பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு பண்ணலாமா சுவாமிஜி? அது ஒரு பட் அதே ஃபைல்.
That is one way of doing it. Another thing is, you have to, in the sense, when you are doing the same thing again and again, if you feel it is not being productive, there has to be a change in the way in which we do it, or the way in which the others perceive it. Either of these things have to make a change. In the sense, you have to objectively look at it. What is making it repetitively doing the same thing again and again being unproductive? How to make it more productive? How to make it less iterary? In the sense, iteration should be less. Too many things, too many times doing the same thing does not help the organization or me, doesn't allow me to grow. So all these things you have to work on it. Till the time you are able to do it, you have to do it, continue to do it. But you must find a way to better. Either you communicate better or you do it better in your way. All those things have to be examined. You will have to find a way. You must have the examination, power to examine things, how I can do it differently. So that's all part of that. That is part of the growing up, part of your sakarma. Doing this, making these changes also is part of your sakarma. Apart from just doing it repeatedly for the pressure of somebody, how to improve it upon it is also part of the sakarma. Because that is part of the sense growing up in the organization or whatever you do well and all that. So it's all the sense everywhere you have to apply. Whether am I being productive? Because being productive is also part of your sakarma. Since you have to, when you are in a job, you have to grow. You have to work for your growth. In the sense, I have to do things differently, better for the organization, better for my own upgradation of knowledge and all that. That is part of your sakarma. So how to do it differently, you have to find a way. But till the time, there's no point in throwing up or getting into tantrums and all that. You have to, whatever you have to do, keep doing. And find a way to improve upon yourself. That is also equally important. Yeah.
Swamiji, you talked about Ananta and Ananta. That time I remembered one thing because the talk was going on, I don't want to interfere. Ananta is, you said, limitless. I remember about Ranganatha Swami of the Thiruvananthapuram temple. He is called Ananta Padmanabha. Padmanabha Swami. He is always happy, limitless happiness.
Yes.
That is why he is called Ananta Padmanabha Swami, not Ananda Padmanabha Swami.
Yeah. And the thing is, what is the thing is, the difference between Ananta and Ananda is, Ananta is reality, Ananda is Purushartha. Purushartha meaning, Purushaihi Artete iti Purushartha, meaning what we want in life generally is Ananda, happiness. But what the Shastra says is Ananta is limitless meaning by time, by space, by vastu, by object, you are that is your reality. So limitlessness is your reality, whereas Ananda is a Purushartha, you are looking for something. So you are looking for something because natural, your natural pursuit of outside pursuit has been always looking for happiness, but by fulfilling this, like that. But why that natural pursuit for happiness, Ananda is there in your life? Because your reality is Ananta. Your reality is the being. So, since you have lost it, you are looking for it outside. And you are not going to get it outside. So, that is the difference between Ananta and Ananda. Ananta is intelligent living. Ananda is looking for happiness outside. So, that is why generally it is everywhere in the Shastra, whenever they talk about Ananda, they will talk about Ananda, they will talk about Ananta also. Ananta eva Ananda. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is a Mahavakya, Taittiriya Upanishad. So Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma is that. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Anantam, immediately Chiludua. Anantam eva Anandam. So that your Purushartha also is satisfied. So that you don't look for happiness outside. So that is the difference. The difference is Ananta is limitless, reality is your reality. Ananda is what you look for generally in Purushartha. Generally, both Purushartha, whatever they call it. So, in order to, the Shastra understands where you are coming from, what you are looking for in life. That it tells you, okay, what you are looking for is this, but it is available here. Like that. So that they drag you down. Antarmukhi bhava, not Bahirmukhi bhava. But you are looking outside, you won't get it. You will get it only within. So like that, they try to explain to you. That's how it is. There is a difference between Ananta and Ananda. Yeah.
That will usually dissipate as time goes on and regular affairs resume. Vairagya is an objective.
Where exactly it is? I don't get it. Where is it?
We are in the paragraph in between.
In this world,
the
paragraph starting with in this world, there is nothing that can disappoint.
Okay.
In the middle, that
Yeah,
will usually dissipate
Yeah.
as time goes on and regular affairs resume. Vairagya is an objectivity that arises from a proper inquiry into an evaluation of priorities. Neither is Vairagya born of disenchantment. Someone who has failed in his or her pursuits in life and having lost everything decides to be a sadhu does not have Vairagya. One may start like this, but real Vairagya is that which is accomplished by removal of all false projections. Shobhanadhyasa.
Shobhana Adhyasam. Shobhana Adhyasam.
Shobhanadhyasa.
Shobhana meaning having a colorful view of the world. It's called Shobhana Adhyasam. So, you are, this is false projection, basically what he means. Yeah.
Vairagya, translated as dispassion, means a degree of objectivity. It can only be complete when there is jnana.
Certain objectivity is reached as you realize more and more clearly that moksha occupies the first place in your life. At a given time in your life, your top priority may have been education, then perhaps money or success. Moksha was somewhere down the list. With satsanga, analysis of experiences, and so on, it gradually occupies a higher and higher position. As the desire for freedom intensifies, ragadveshas get neutralized, and as they do, moksha becomes increasingly predominant until finally it is the top priority. The desire for freedom gains a depth and dimension that becomes all consuming, and dimension that becomes all consuming, so that everything subserves that. Then you have vairagya. When moksha is predominant, life becomes a process of growing. You make a conscious effort to ensure that you are growing, and this growth manifests in the form of dispassion with reference to objects of the senses. You are able to make an intelligent evaluation of the worth of sense objects both here and elsewhere. You understand that they do not solve the fundamental problem. The most they can do is to keep you in good humor, for which you must always pay the price. The real problem of self non acceptance remains unsolved. Shankara glosses indriyartha as enjoyments both seen and unseen. Whether it is something you see yourself or something you hear about, it has no appeal as a solution to your basic problem. Vairagya is not an aversion to sense objects either, but it is an intelligent evaluation.
Yeah, what he means is, see, indriyarteshu vairagyam anahankaram vichai. See, indriyarteshu vairagyam meaning it is not just sense objects, sense pleasures and all that. Even though just losing your importance in sense pleasures, that may give you vairagyam. But basically it is not just that. You have to, what is your vairagyam, viragasya bhavam, comes from where? Your raga comes from where? Your raga comes from your fundamental problem. So fundamentally, you want to be a happy person. So, and raga means what? By getting this, I will be happy. By getting rid of this, I will be happy. Like that, both raga and dvesha is fundamentally serving your problem of self-acceptance, being a happy person. So, all our senses, that indriyarteshu vairagyam, in the sense all our indriyas, which we do things, all pursuits, is basically with the hope that getting this I'll be happy, getting rid of this I'll be happy. Like that, we keep on living like that. So the indriyarteshu vairagyam is not enough, and you must have a value. What am I looking for? The fundamentally. Then automatically the sense of fulfillment as you are sitting here, that will gain priority in your life. Once that gains priority in your life, what you will do? Your predominance in trying to get happiness by outside objects will slowly reduce. Your priorities will change, and you will find that you are less and less intelligent about life. And once you become less and less intelligent in life, your mind is more available for inquiry and what you are trying to antarmukhi bhava. You are looking for the happiness within, and you will find that you are, it's not that the things of the world are not making me happy. By being myself, I am happy. So slowly that will, by discrimination based vairagyam will develop. Not only by dropping indriyarteshu vairagyam, but also essentially you will become a happy person by looking within. That's what he is trying to say. So Shankara glosses meaning indriyarteshu vairagyam extensively discusses about it, but essentially what his meaning is not an aversion to such sense objects, but an intelligent evaluation of what you really are looking for in life. That is happiness within. That you have to look for. That is what is the purpose of this whole jnanam also. Jnanam is what? Atma jnanam. Atma jnanam is what? that here and now I am a happy person. How? I am limitless, Ananta. I am not limited, Ananta. How? I am the being. I am not bound by time. I am not bound by space. I am the object-free being. And everything else, including my mind, body, senses, are all instruments, just instruments. They get Chetanata, they get life only by me. So all these things, that is all part of the inquiry, part of the understanding. So part of the inquiry, part of the understanding will grow. Then automatically you find being happy with yourself. Then your importance for sense pleasures will come down. So Indriyateshu Vairagya will go up. So Swamiji always say, the understanding is Hetu. Hetu mat is Viragasya Bhavam. Absence of likes and dislikes, Raga Dvesha is not, you start there. You start with your understanding, basic understanding. Hetu. Reason is your sense of unfulfillment as you are here and now. Once you discover that, automatically your priorities will change in life. You will not be looking for sense pleasures or getting this, getting that. That priorities will change. So, Hetu mat bhava, you used to say. Understanding is Hetu. And avoiding likes and dislikes is Hetu mat. So you cannot put the cart before the horse. No, I will attack. I will try to develop vairagyam. I will not have this, I will not have this, I will not have this, I will not have this. If you keep on doing it endlessly, you will have to do only that. So you become so grim-faced in life, nobody will be interested in talking to you. Because you are all the time worried. I don't want this, I don't like this, I don't like this. This instance, lot of conflicts will be there. So you should try to find out what is essentially my nature, that is what I understand. Once we get that, automatically Indriyatu Vairagyam will automatically develop. So, Hetu mat bhava, he tells it some other place. I think I will tell you that time. But this is what he means. Shankara glosses Indriyarthaha. Indriyarthaha is not the, Vairagya is not an aversion to sense objects, but it's an intelligent evaluation of what you are looking for in life. Yeah.
Swamiji, in this context, Indriyartha, you said Hetu. So that Hetu, suppose, see, like you said, if I get this, I'll find happiness. If I get rid of this, I'll find happiness. So that means expectation is the Hetu. So if suppose you try to understand that what you are expecting is not correct, then is it possible that we'll be able to get that Vairagya? Because the Viveka is that expectation only leads to this. So let me not expect.
Yeah. See, that you are talking about the expectation with reference to a particular like and dislike. I am not talking about that Hetu. Hetu is not with reference to a particular thing, Hetu and Hetu mat bhava.
Okay.
I am telling that even in the approach, the Hetu is because of your basic dissatisfaction, you look for happiness in the objects, sensory objects. Oh. So, to get rid of the expectation of fulfilling your satisfaction by looking at external objects, starts with the understanding, what am I expecting in life? That understanding alone, not because that way I tell you, one by one you will have to attack each of the objects, each of your expectations, every walk of life. Family, job, every one by one, car, social status, everywhere, one by one you will have to attack. That is no end to it. But if you understand that Hetu is a basic sense of dissatisfaction, I am not able to accept as I am, that I am a happy person. Why? That you have to attack. Once you attack that, once you understand, no, this is because of my wrongly placing my I in all these things, body, mind, senses and all my, what is aham, mama, buddhi, my house, my family, my car, etc. All those things that I am placing the identity of I in all those things. So that is the problem. So the problem has to be understood. Basically, Hetu mat bhava, what I am trying to say, the Hetu is the inner inadequacy. That you have to address. That is what we are addressing by understanding what is my reality. Once I get this understanding thoroughly, then that outside things, sensory things or my other pursuits will not have a hold on my being happy or not happy. then you will be more objective. That is called dispassion.
Okay.
So that is the holistic, the sense, the holistic way of the idea, the tathparya behind this whole values is not to make you what you call as a holy person. No. The idea is to make you an intelligent person in terms of what exactly you are looking for in life. For that, all these values will help. Hello? I am in a class, I will call you later. Oh. Right.
Swamiji, actually what is happening is...
One minute.
Yeah, in our job, we have objectives and targets. So we take action to achieve those targets and objectives finally. Like that, in life, our objective is moksha.
Yeah.
Is never told to us.
Freedom.
That is the problem.
Actually, the moksha is freedom.
Happiness.
Freedom is
freedom.
As I am, I must be in charge of my life. The freedom. That is what I want. Every human being wants that freedom. So that should be the objective in your life. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, but we are not told at any point of time that moksha is our objective or freedom is our objective.
Yeah, exactly.
We are always,
right. That is what.
We are always thinking that we have to get more money, we have to run the life better, have a bigger car. If you have a bigger car, go for BMW. All kinds of things we look for because we are not tuned or made to think that happiness comes through moksha and moksha is what is your objective. This is what I feel.
Yeah, very true. That is why in the fundamental problem with the introduction to Gita itself, Swamiji explained so elaborately. Yeah. Introduction itself is spelling out what are the fundamental problems in life. Correct. Exactly. So that is where that we have to keep in mind. The whole Gita, we have to keep that. That is why in the beginning of this 7, 8, 9, 10 also I told what is the objective is to have a infrastructure where I will go back to this understanding and what is the reality of life and all that. For that you need the space. For creating the space, all these values are helpful. Not because as these values per se, ahimsa is a value. Even in normal parlance, ahimsa paramo dharma, do unto others as you would like others to do unto you is a normal value in society. But here why we are saying ahimsa? Because by being ahimsa purusha, you will not have conflict inside. If you don't have conflict inside, your mind will be more balanced and you will be able to appreciate what am I looking for in life. There freedom will become the possibility as my pursuit. Because you will go back, okay, because once you have that conflict-free mind, value-based mind, then your mind will have enough infrastructure ready to look at Gita, what we have studied in the second chapter, what was the earlier talk, what exactly we have understood in the whole thing, what is my final now, my priorities in life. It's not in terms of getting this and getting that, or getting to do this puja, do this puja, but to be a happy person here and now, because that is my reality. That reality understanding, what the second chapter talks about, Nasato vidyate bhavaha na bhavo vidyate sadaha, all those 20 verses will have that real, that is the, your Taraka mantra in life. 20 every one of them have to be understood thoroughly and made your own. And for that, you have to go back to it again and again. And what all talked about, there is doubt. So, you have to really purvapara, you have to keep doing so that the entire Gita Acharya's Tatparya vision becomes your vision. It is not anymore Acharya's vision. It is your vision. When you communicate to people, when you conduct yourself in life also, you will conduct yourself from that vision. So that is the Tatparya of life. So that is for that only we are acquiring all this. Because all these values help us to get that infrastructure correct. So that mentally we are ready to pursue this, understand this, ruminate this, dwell upon this. again and again talk about this internally, do some self-lecturing, every situation in life applying, you don't react, respond, all those things. So continuous, that is why Vedanta is you. It is not that some academics and some life is different. No, it is you. That is how, as you rightly said, yes, those priorities are not there. We have to reverse that. That is why we have to change our antarmukhi bhava. We have to change our way of 360 degrees, what they say in management. 360 degrees, you have to change. Or paradigm shift in life. That is where it has to make an impact for getting that 360 degrees shift in life, the paradigm shift. Yeah.
Anahankara, absence of self-importance. The ahankara is the sense of I, me and mine. The absence of these notions is only possible in the wake of knowledge. Since anahankara is presented as a value here, it cannot be the total absence of ahankara, which is the aftermath of jnana. Anahankara, in the limited sense used here, is absence of pride. What makes a person proud? One may have physical beauty or accomplishment, or a good mind or some possessions. Presenting oneself in the reflection of their glory is pride. A young man wearing an unbuttoned shirt to show off his broad chest adorned with a gold chain is proud. The chest he inherited from his father, and the chain was given to him by his mother. His only accomplishment is not buttoning the shirt. Because of some artistic or intellectual endowments that are purely inborn gifts, you may have some pride, or it may be because of some knowledge or skills you have acquired. If you find you have nothing to boast of, you can talk about the greatness of your ancestors. All this arrogance is born of ignorance of the fact that everything you have is given to you. The body, mind, and senses are given to you to develop the potentials that are given to you. Potentially, you are capable of knowing, and the faculty of thinking and a world full of things to know are given to you. What you have accomplished is really nothing. When you understand this, there is absence of pride, anahankara. Lack of thinking alone makes a person proud. With even a little understanding, you are left with a sense of wonder, not pride. You will wonder who has given you all this. A very simple believer will say that it is God. That appreciation can be more informed until finally he understands what God is. An agnostic will simply wonder who or what has given all this, and if he wants to know who that person is, that wonder converts him into an inquirer, jignasu. If he knows from his cultural background that the Shastra says that Brahman is the cause of the world, he becomes a Brahma jignasu. The direction of the inquiry depends on how informed one is. Where is ahankara in this? There is only inquiry involving a learning person, a doing person, an enjoying person, and nothing else. Pride has no place, and thus there is anahankara in a limited sense.
Yeah, so, beautiful. He was asking what was ahankara some time back. He was asking.
Anahankara. Loss of pride.
We'll stop here.
We'll stop here.
Yeah. So it's a in the sense, in the absolute sense, absence of ego. In the relative sense, absence of pride. Both are equally important. Thus, from the relative sense, as we have to grow into lack of identifying my body, mind, senses. Body, mind, and senses are given. Once you understand thoroughly, the ego has no place. Because without body, mind, and senses, there is ego. Ego is part of the mind only. So then what am I? That will be the question. If I am not my body, mind, senses, what am I? Then you have to say I am the aware being. Then you have to go to the jnana part of it. That is the ultimate part of it. But relatively, unless you have distraction towards pride, I should not. No point in having pride. Everything is given to me by Bhagavan. Let me do what I need to do. Don't unnecessarily have a great opinion about myself in the sense and have conflicts and all that. Then your mind is ready to accept that everything is given. Then you will be able to inquire. That's it. So both relative, all these values have to be looked at two ways. One is relative development of the value. And as it develops, the Tatparyam is absolutely you are without all these negativities in life. Ahankara is not your life. Himsa is not your life. What is called? Manitvam is not your life. Dambitvam is not your life. So all these things will dissolve, not part of my life. Disenchantment will come automatically because you will know what is your real worth. That is unidentified with your body, mind and senses, the powerful being. So that once that real worth comes in, all this becomes unnecessary, accessories, which you will drop it straight away.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
ధన్యవాదాలు స్వామిజీ.
ॐ स्वामी
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
thank you
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రశాంత్.